The final episode is an emotional tribute to love, loss, and the quiet resilience of everyday life. At its core, it's not just about Aesun and Gwan-sik's personal journey, it's a reflection on family, regret, and finding peace with the past. Aesun and her family's squid restaurant becomes a massive success, a far cry from their early struggles. It's a defining moment, not just financially but symbolically. After years of back-breaking work, they've built something that will last beyond them. Their daughter Gyum-young recognizes the significance of this. Her parents, once laboring in the fields, now own a place that people respect and remember. But despite their success, Gyum-young realizes something bittersweet. She knows her own child's every expression, yet she struggles to remember those of her own mother. It's a stark reminder that we often don't appreciate the people who shape us until much later. One of the most heartbreaking revelations comes when Gwan-sik, during a medical checkup, unconsciously calls out the name of their late son, Dom-young. It's a name he's never spoken aloud before, and it unearths decades of buried grief. Ae-soon finally sees where her husband has been disappearing to all these years. He's been quietly visiting their son's grave alone. For the first time, they stand together at Dom-young's resting place, confronting the pain they had both carried separately. The flashback to their loss is devastating. Ae-soon, once a mother holding her child, is now a grieving parent tending to his grave. And Gwan-sik, too consumed by guilt to grieve openly, had been watching her from afar, unable to comfort her. But in this moment, they share something profound, a recognition that despite the tragedy, they wouldn't have changed a thing. Even knowing the heartbreak ahead, they would have chosen to love their son anyway. It's a testament to the beauty and pain of parenthood, holding on even when it hurts. Yet Gwan-sik's perspective differs. He doesn't want their son to remember them. If Don-myeon exists somewhere in the afterlife, Gwan-sik prays that he has forgotten them, because the thought of his child waiting, lost and longing for them is too unbearable. It's a raw, painful confession that highlights the depths of his love. Just when it seems like the family might find peace, life throws them another cruel twist. Gwan-sik is diagnosed with cancer. Ae-soon, ever the caretaker, throws herself into looking after him, but the disease is relentless. Despite his condition, Gwan-sik never stops protecting Ae-soon. When hospital staff talk down to her, he fiercely defends her intelligence, refusing to let anyone make her feel small. His love for her remains unwavering, even as he grows weaker. One night, he pulls Gyum-yeon aside, making a simple but powerful request: take care of her mother, be patient with her, don't treat her like a burden. It's in this moment that Gyum-yeon realizes how much she has taken for granted. She always thought her father would be there, but now she understands. He's preparing her for a world without him. Her brother Unmyeon also grapples with the pain of seeing their once strong father fading. The image of Gwan-sik, frail and unshakably devoted to his family, is almost too much to bear. As Gwan-sik's time runs out, he spends his final days at home, surrounded by love. The family rallies around him, sharing quiet moments of joy and sorrow. One of the most touching scenes comes when Ae-soon presents him with her newly published poetry collection. Seeing her words in print, Gwan-sik is overcome with pride. His biggest fear had been leaving before seeing her dreams come true, but now he knows she'll be okay. Then comes his final question: if there is a next life, would she choose him again? Ae-soon hesitates, wondering if fate could be so generous twice, but she answers honestly: because of him, she has never felt alone, not even for a single day. How could she wish for anything else? But before he goes, he has one last request. When the time comes, he doesn't want her to cry too much. In November 2006, the moment they dreaded arrives. Gyum-yeon gets a call: her father's condition has worsened. The family rushes to the hospital, barely able to hold back their tears. As they wheel him toward the ICU, Gwan-sik, ever the devoted husband, waves at Ae-soon one last time. Was our time together good? He asks. She doesn't hesitate. More than good. It was perfect. And with that, he's gone. After his passing, Gyum-yeon discovers something that breaks her heart. The money she had been sending him all these years, he never spent a single one. He kept it untouched, treasuring the gesture itself more than the money. He had also secretly bought his son a used Mercedes, a final gift he never got to give in person. Even in death, he was thinking of his family. Aesun, now alone, finds solace in her poetry and teaches elderly people how to write. She quietly carries on, keeping Gwansik's memory alive in the small rituals of daily life. But then something beautiful happens. Her son Unmyeon surprises her. Her poetry collection has been published on a grand scale. Seeing her book in print truly recognized, she is overwhelmed with joy. Somewhere far away, a woman who looks just like Aesun's mother picks up a copy of the book. It's as if, across time and space, their lives have remained intertwined. The last scene is a flashback to the 1960s. Young Ae-soon and Gwan-sik stand in a flower field full of dreams and love, unaware of the hardships ahead. The camera pulls away as they walk hand in hand, their bond unbreakable. Then the final words appear on the screen. To their seasons, once so young and still so tender, with remorse, gratitude, and the deepest respect, thank you for all your hard work.